Venus, are you ready?
I am ready for the challenge.
Are you ready for the challenge?
Yes, I am.
Oh, well, then let's do it. Hello, everyone.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to Getting Hot in the Kitchen. I am Venus Quintana.
And I am Dr. Dave. Well, welcome, everybody.
Hello.
Thanksgiving's over.
Thanksgiving's
Feeling a little
over.
bit stuffed, shall we say?
Indeed. I just give me 1 second because I just want to check.
You want to check? Yeah. We don't have an official
Just
green
give me
room
1 second.
running today from Canada, so we're going to make sure everything's going good.
Mm-hmm.
So if we can get some feedback on that. So tonight we are going to do some fun cooking. It is going to be an Asian chicken noodle soup that is super easy to make, nutritious, delicious, lean and mean, and one of Venus's favorites. Correct, love?
Yes. Everything looks pretty good. I'm just trying to man the
I
the
prefer
visual.
you lady that. Would you lady that?
I'm ladying it,
Okay,
yes. No,
good.
we look good. We look good. So,
Good.
welcome everyone. We are so glad you could join us for our second Facebook Live show. We had such a great show last week. Tonight's show is going to be much shorter.
Yes, it will.
Much shorter.
Yeah. Going to try for about a half hour, folks.
A half hour, and it's going to be more demonstrations. So I'm going to be doing some close-ups of David, preparing some of the food and chopping and so forth. So it should be a lot of fun.
Let's get started. So let's get started. We're doing Asian chicken noodle soup tonight. Let's talk about the ingredients real quick. What are the ingredients? So let's take a look over here, folks. We have beautiful scallion, cilantro, and lime. Venus, show them some of the other ingredients we have here.
Yes, we do. And we have some jalapenos.
Jalapenos.
AKA jalapenos, which I just decided to buy just to add to the dish a little bit of spice. I mean, there's so many different peppers that you can buy which have different intensities. Like I was going to get a ghost pepper, but I figured, you know what, it's probably not the night for surprises.
I think she put that in my toothpaste for the evening, right?
We have some wonderful ginger, fresh ginger. Definitely that gives it a wonderful kick. And we have some garlic here.
All right.
We have some radish, and I absolutely love radish.
Nice and peppery, fiery.
And that David's going to be using the mandolin. So we're
There's
going
our
to
mandolin.
be shaving those and using those for garnish.
What key shall I play this in? Like a C, E flat,
I'm
B minor?
thinking more like an A.
A, okay.
Yeah.
A plus.
We
what else
have
we got
some, eggs that David's going to be showing you. That
there?
we're
Woohoo! I'm
using
going to show you how to cook an egg. No
a
kidding.
very special technique for the chicken. And then we have some of our favorite shirataki noodles.
Those are shiitake mushrooms.
Shiitake mushrooms.
But what she wanted to show you,
Why do I always do that?
because shiratake and
I'm so
shiitake
sorry. No.
about the same. These are shiitakes.
Yes.
And these are
Shiratakis.
Woo, woo,
I don't
woo.
know, my brain can't
There you
process
go.
that, but shiitake mushrooms are absolutely amazing. I mean, there's so many different kinds of mushrooms that you can use. Oyster mushrooms, hen of the woods. I mean, there's so many different
we love all the mushrooms.
But
Love
of
the
course,
shrooms.
mushrooms very healthy for
we
you.
do have a little organic low sodium
Yes.
stock here.
Organic, low sodium, and folks, wherever possible, when you're shopping for your ingredients, try to buy organic and low sodium when it comes to stocks, wherever possible. I mean, sometimes you can't find organic.
Absolutely.
But low sodium you can always find.
Absolutely. We have some fresh organic baby spinach. And we have our medley of flavorings. Tamari. We have toasted sesame. Fish sauce, which is made from anchovies. A little kick to that. We have a rice wine. We have some sesames, hot red pepper to go with the jalapenos. This is a little cornstarch. We learned a little trick called velveting. And we're going to velveting or velvetize the chicken. How about that tonight? So if you've ever had that Asian chicken where it's so moist, locks in the flavor, locks in the moisture, it's called velveting. And this little happy Venus, what do we have here?
We just actually purchased this online. I forget the company. Amazon.
Man down.
Amazon Prime that
Yes.
David loves. But it's actually...
No, Amazon Prime loves me because I spend so much money.
It's a bamboo steamer.
Yes.
And you can buy them with all different levels. So this actually has 1, 2... Right? So if you want to cook, steam your vegetables on one level and the, chicken or whatever you may be using on another level, you could do that. And you told me the other week that in terms of where to place.
Okay, so there's a couple ways to think about it. One is you always put the things that take the longest to cook on the bottom because the steam is coming up. The other thing, though, is if you're cooking with something that will drip its flavors and infuse, you put those on top. play with it. It's a lot of fun. Now I want to show you a couple other steaming options. Stand by, stand by. This is my favorite steamer basket, which all you do is you put this in a pot, put a lid on, it sits on the bottom, you put the water underneath, you can steam vegetables, you can steam meats and stuff like that. But this, folks, is a double boiler. I'm going to come off the stove here and show you.
And, you know, just to let you know, I mean, I'm sure, you know, people who are watching, who are very, you know, accustomed to being in the kitchen and cooking, it's very important to have what they call, actually, in the French language, mise en place.
Yes.
And mise en place is actually a French culinary term to mean basically everything in its place, or putting in its place, which means that everything
She mise en places me every night. Get in your place, David. Now.
So it's nice to kind of know that you have everything out in front of you. You have all your ingredients. You've measured everything, whether it's cups or ounces or grams, whatever you're measuring. So you have a clear idea of what you're going to be using and in which order you're going to be cooking. So mise en place is extremely important.
So we're going to get cooking soon, folks. But again, what Venus is saying, mise en place is important. Get everything out, get things pre-prepared, clean your kitchen, get your sink empty, get your stovetop ready. The more you do ahead of time, the better off you are. Now, we're not going to use a bamboo steamer tonight. I chose the double boiler, so now watch that. This is a pot of water underneath, double boiler on top. Just take a look at that, like that. This goes on top. The chicken is going to go in there, so we're going to get working on our chicken first.
Absolutely.
All right, I'm going to get this back on the grill top.
And of course, you know, there's many different ways to cook chicken, right? I mean, you could poach it, you could grill it. I mean, I happen to love the steaming technique. It's very easy. It takes very short amount of time. And once you see how we're going to do the velveting technique, I mean, it's just absolutely unbelievable. And the chicken comes out just so moist and flavorful and not dry. Because remember, when you're using chicken breast, which is the white meat, compared to the dark meat, it's always going to be a little drier. But when you use this technique, it's pretty unbelievable. So
folks, this is organic chicken breast. What we're going to do here is we're going to just put a couple of egg whites in a bowl. And again, folks, I've said this, I really think it's very important. Always, always keep dedicated boards. This is our meat board, that's our veggie board, and we have a seafood board.
And again, with eggs, folks, I always buy organic, free range. I mean, you know, the difference in cost is really kind of negligible sometimes. You know, there's always things on sale. So
now, Venus, if you would be so kind, would you just put in there just a tad bit of that cornstarch?
Yes.
A little tamari we're going to use in there. A little...
How much would you like?
Just a tad bit. A tad. You know what a tad is. You're from Britain.
Yes.
That's a tad. So while she's doing that, we got our cornstarch going in. We have...
Sorry, guys, I'm just
take a look. We have any questions?
The Facebook feed.
So,
and guys, you know, whoever's watching, please, I'd love you to, you know, share this right now with your friends. Write into us with any comments or questions that you may have about any of your recipes or any of your favorite soups or noodle soups that you have been accustomed to cooking.
So what I want to show you while she's making this, again, Venus will put a little toasted of sesame, tamari, and rice wine vinegar. So if you see what I did, folks, I cut the breast in half. The grain is running this way, so you want to cut across the grain on a little bias. So what happens is you get a nice piece of chicken that is super tender and is not stringy because you're cutting against the grain, and I'll show you a piece in a minute. All right, folks. So look at that beautiful across the grain, okay? And you just look for the fibers. If you take a look here, the fibers are running this way. So that's the way, and if you look at my knife, we're going on a bias, okay? So cut it on a bias. So now what Venus is doing is making a really nice flavor medley over there. I'm going to put our chicken right into that.
Normally we would actually be using a whisk, but we unfortunately left our whisk
behind
on Thanksgiving, so we can't seem to find it right now.
Yes, that is my dad. Dad, if you're watching, please put that aside. Make sure it's clean, and I do want to pick that up soon. Okay, beautiful. So we got a little flavor in there, a little egg white, a little cornstarch. All right, we're going to throw this in now. Venus, if you could toss that up, we're going to get rid of our meat board. I'm going to sanitize my knife, and back on stage I come. Okay. So we're going to let that sit a little bit.
Yeah, just for a little bit.
Just a little bit, folks. Now, we are going to drain that. If you cooked it like so, you would have scrambled eggs and chicken. We don't want that. So, Venus, would you chop some of our vegetables up? And I'm actually going to come in with a close-up to show people how you're going to chop those veggies.
Oh, okay,
Shall we do that?
fantastic. How are we doing over here on the stove?
We're doing
Good?
beautiful, love. So here we go, the lovely Venus, headshot down. So she's going to cut up her veggies. Go ahead,
So
my love.
let's see. So let's start with our green onions, scallions, or as we may call them in England, spring onions.
Ah, the spring
So
onions.
folks, you know, you always cut off the end right here, and then we'll cut off just about an inch off the top. And then we are basically just going to chop them up pretty fine, right?
Absolutely, please do.
Sorry, my chopping skills are not as good as David's, so.
You're doing great.
And folks, just remember, if you're using a board like this, make sure it's pretty stable.
So you want to show them the quick trick?
Yeah, what I'm going to do is take a paper towel
Yes.
and basically just
Rinse it up a little bit.
wet it up a little bit, put it under here so you're not moving around, and this way you won't cut off a finger.
Voila.
Okay, so that's pretty stable now.
Good.
Okay, and just be careful of your fingers. Never have your fingers out.
No, we don't want finger soup.
Nope.
Alright, so Venus will just finish up with the scallion. So she's going to chop just a little bit of cilantro.
Yes.
And she's going to cut that lime into pinwheels, okay? Just little slices, nice and easy. And then we're going to get to work.
And again, you know, even if, you know, the vegetables are organic, you certainly do have to wash everything. Make sure that you wash everything.
Absolutely.
So we're going to take some of the cilantro.
Now,
And
folks,
again,
can I just say something real quick, Venus?
Yes.
So anytime you're doing anything with a set of herbs, always keep some to the side for garnish. Okay? Don't get so carried away that you don't remember to leave a few
yeah. I mean, I
sprigs behind.
like to take off some of the stalk. You don't have to worry about taking every single piece of the stalk. But basically, how much do you think?
That's good, love. Right there.
Okay. And I love cilantro. There's just so
And
many
cilantro
wonderful
loves you.
health benefits. I know a lot of people have a weird thing about cilantro tasting like soap, but that's interesting because certain individuals have some kind of I don't know if it's something in their genes, that their palates,
There probably is.
something
There
in their
probably is.
DNA that they actually, you know, that's just the way it tastes to them. But I happen to love it, so.
So, folks, we are figuring out soon and quickly soon how to have more than one camera going. Right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 lights going. We have one camera. We're going to increase that.
I'm going to have to move the camera just a
So
little bit.
that's fine. So let's do this. You'll move that camera. Well,
Yeah.
I'm going to do the lime for us. And it's as simple as this, folks. What I want you to do is cut it super thin. Super, super thin. And if you've ever seen some of our food we put up on Facebook, after you cut the lime or lemon up, if you just cut from, folks, right here, from the center outwards, like so, you then create a little wheel that you can use for decoration. So we'll come back to that. It's time to drain the chicken. And we're also going to drain these noodles. So let's just talk about tofu shirataki. These are 10 calories for this whole entire bag. They come refrigerated. I get them on Amazon Prime. UPS guy delivers
The
them.
best thing we've ever actually discovered, to tell you the truth, tofu shirataki. The other noodles that we use, right, the konjac, they're
That's
0
right.
calories. Those are amazing too. You can also get them in different styles. So this is spaghetti. You can get
Fettuccine.
fettuccine,
Linguine, penne.
all different kinds of shapes like you would get in pasta.
So all I'm doing, folks, and I'll get back on camera to say that, is I'm just rinsing out all the solution in here. 10 calories. The shiratakis that are konjac is 0 calories. These are amazing tasting. And what we're going to be doing is cooking them in the organic chicken stock very quickly at the end. This almost could be a one-pot meal if you choose to do so. So we're going to rinse these up. Venus, the next thing we're going to do is drain up that chicken. And I'm going to bring over a little colander for that. And we're going to get cooking, guys. So literally, if we
wait a
weren't
minute,
talking...
we forgot about the ginger.
Oh, the ginger. Ginger and Marianne. Get them in the game.
Sorry, we're just so excited, folks, that
We
you
are.
know,
We get
sometimes
excited.
but this is why mise en place is so important.
There you go. Those are those
Because
noodles.
if I didn't have all the ingredients set up, I may forget the ginger. If the
Correct.
ginger was still laying off to the side where I couldn't see it, I may completely forget to put it in. So it's important to have that visual in front of you.
Absolutely.
Now with the ginger, we can just basically slice that up.
That's right.
Okay, just
That's
nice
correct.
slices here.
A little clean as you go.
Okay, and
Clean
again,
as you go, so nobody knows.
very important to work with very good knives. Okay.
Show them those beautiful knives.
These
Those
are
Japanese
absolutely gorgeous. I don't know if you can see, but these are beautiful Japanese. I mean, they are unbelievable. Okay, so good knives will definitely serve you well in the kitchen. Okay.
Now, folks, while she's doing that, what I'm going to do is take a little neutral avocado oil, which is very healthy for you. This is organic. You pour it onto something, just whisk it around real quick on the base of the steamer so that your chicken doesn't stick or whatever you're using. And Venus and I talk about all the different options. You could do shrimp, you could do pork, you could do anything you want with this. Now, we throw the chicken into this here.
Oh, shout out,
out.
the Green Room, Woody and Dan down the Juicy
Back in the
Man
house.
in Toronto. Good to have you here with us.
All right, folks. Chicken's in, gonna go on the steamer.
And again, so we have our garlic, we have our ginger, and again, the garlic should be just sliced very thinly. You don't really want to mince it because you will just really kind of lose that in the soup.
Yes. So now the idea when you're making a stock like this, and again, we are talking, doing, playing with lights, playing with cameras. If you were just doing this real quick, you set up your mise en place, you're good to go. So folks, right in here, hot chicken stock, okay. I'm gonna put in a little bit of vinegar. I don't measure anything, so don't ask. I will put up a recipe, I promise, by the end of the week. Putting in a little bit of the sesame oil, little fish sauce. Watch it, it's hot. That steam coming off the top there. Always a little cracked red pepper, love that.
So we've got our garlic.
And something Mari, Venus is kicking bootay over there.
And again, with this soup, you can use any kind of protein, correct?
Anything.
You know, shrimp would actually go very well in this with maybe some lemongrass.
Absolutely.
You can use some wonderful lean pieces of pork,
Yep.
tenderloin.
Yep.
And again, could you use a velveting technique?
You could velvet
can-
chicken, beef,
Yes.
pork, beef,
Shrimp,
anything.
Exactly.
Now, Venus, a couple times had been so busy, she was studying or doing paperwork, and she was on the HCG program. Lost 22 pounds, by the way, looking
Oh,
gorgeous.
thank you so much.
Less than
Thank
40
you.
days.
And you know what? Even over Thanksgiving, I didn't even put on an ounce because you know what? I really am making better decisions, okay? And I've been working out and my weight is really staying very steady. So I'm super excited about that.
And looking great.
Okay, so
So,
we have everything here.
We do. So, folks, we have a ginger, garlic, lime, cilantro, scallion, or spring onion, as Venus likes to say. Spinach is already done.
Spinach.
Mushrooms are done. Let's grab those, love, and let's actually start cutting the radishes. Then we're going to put it all together. The stock is going. All the flavors are working. These noodles take about 2 to 3 minutes. They're going straight into the stock.
Sorry, folks. I
So-
don't mean to be
No,
going off
that's
camera.
fine,
I'm
that's
just
fine.
checking out my iPad to see what we have going on. And, oh my goodness, big shout out to Rochelle. Oh, Rochelle, you are amazing. And Rochelle is loving the color red on me.
Aw.
And Dr. Dave is really rocking that hat, or should we say,
Whoa.
not really a chef's hat, but more of a bandana.
A
But
bandana,
thank
yeah,
you so
yeah,
much
yeah.
for that. So, okay.
Should we do the mandolin?
We should do the mandolin.
Mandolin Rain?
Yes.
Mandolin Rain. We'll play
Yes.
that song for us in the
So
background.
let's do that.
All right, so we're going to rinse up these radishes, cut the tips off. We're going to show you how to use a mandolin.
Oh,
This sucker is so cool. Venus, if you can
Yes.
clean those up for us. So this device, this is actually a fairly good one. I don't get the top of the line around here because God knows things
but
get
you
broken
must,
with my boys.
But you must invest a little bit of
This
money.
is about a $90 unit.
You must.
We got it at a good restaurant shop. Look how cool this is. You lock it. It's safe. You can't cut your fingers. I'm going to put it to the very lowest setting, number one. You can also bring up these little knives this way and do a julienne, which we're not going to do. So I'm going to get rid of that.
So this is in the way. I just want to make sure that everyone can actually see. Just,
All right.
Yeah, move in just a little
Move in
closer
there.
over
All right.
here.
So, folks, here we go. We're doing the radishes with the mandolin. This is a safety. Watch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I feel it's like the ginsu. All right. Ron
Perfect.
Popeil. for $19.95, you too get this device, a free vacation, 2 cars, and a home in the Bahamas, all for $19.95. Anyway, there's your radishes. Look how quick that was. Boom.
Unbelievable.
Done. All right, folks, so let's check that chicken. Not choke it, but check it.
And now while David's doing that, I just want to talk a little bit about ramen noodle. Okay, when we think about ramen noodle, we think about a very unhealthy, packaged, high in sodium, high in saturated fat ramen noodles, which I used to eat back in the day all the time because they're very, very cheap, right?
Chicken is done.
So this is an extremely healthy ramen noodle. Ramen noodle actually was introduced in the 1950s in Japan, okay? And over the years it just became very, very popular in so many different ways. But ramen itself is really just a mixture of wheat flour, I think salt, water, and sugar and some other kind of stuff. So
pasta, basically.
It's really not the best thing for you.
No, high in gluten, high in calories.
Exactly, okay? So, but there's other different types of noodles. There's so many different types of noodles. There's Thai noodles, glass, soba noodles, udon noodles. So, maybe we should do a little kind of research into all the different kinds of noodles.
Absolutely. Folks, there is your flavored chicken broth hot. We're going in with the noodles and leave it up to Dr. David to make a mess, as I always do. Stir them in. It's going back on the stovetop with the shiritakes, which were cut and cleaned. That's going to go on for 3 minutes, and then we're going to bowl it, plate it, and get it going. The only other thing I want to add right now is a little bit of ginger for flavor. I'm going to put a little scallion, a little cilantro, and a squeeze of lime.
Yes.
Boom.
By the way, big shout out to Angelo. Thank you for joining us. You are very sweet to say. We make a dynamic duo and we're great cooks. So thank you so much.
Woo-hoo. Angelo.
Thank you so much.
So folks, do you see how quick that chicken cooked? That was
oh my goodness, that's done already.
While you were chatting, it was already done.
Sorry, guys.
That's
okay.
All right.
So, I like to chat and David likes to cook. So I think that's actually a really nice combination.
I got the gab a little bit, or whatever we've been told I have.
But again, with this soup and with any kind of, ramen noodle soup or anything that you're making, you can use any kind of vegetables.
Do my love. For a second, let me get in
Any kind of vegetables. You can use, last time you used an escarole. You can use watercress, which is very, very good, very high in antioxidants. You can use any kind of, really, whatever you like. Bok choy.
Bok choy is excellent.
A nice little baby Chinese cabbage.
By the way, folks, you can't believe low-cal, delicious, quick, and easy. Cilantro, it is detoxifier, it gets rid of heavy metals. You got your scallions, great in nutrients. Radishes, same thing. Lime, vitamin C. Chicken, lean, mean. You have your baby spinach, high in spinach. It's a low glycemic vegetable, high in fiber.
These calories? Did we talk about
the whole
calories?
thing, you had figured it out one time. I think we're up to like 160 calories for the whole bowl, if I'm not mistaken.
Is that what we figured?
Yeah.
Because, 4 ounces, because obviously on the HCG program, as we talked about when Dr. Dave interviewed me on his show last Saturday, was about calorie content, and you really, when you have 500 calories, you want to weigh everything. We have an amazing weighing scale actually.
Absolutely.
That we would use. So for a 4-ounce portion of chicken breast is about 120 calories, folks. Yeah. So that's really not that much. And then when you figure in your vegetables and this, that, and the other, it's
amazing, right?
It's really nothing at all. So yeah, a whole bowl, which something like this, or for people who have a bigger appetite, you might want to go for a little bigger bowl like this. You're looking at 150, 160 calories, which is absolutely nothing. And the health
Venus,
benefits.
does it fill you up and satiate you?
It does. Okay. It does. Like any soup,
the key, right?
You've got the broth and the noodles. It's just so satiating. I absolutely love it.
So guess what? Dinner's ready.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Whoop, there it is.
Wonderful.
So what we're going to do, folks, is we're going to plate it up, or shall I say bowl it up. Nothing better than having a couple of chopsticks to make the experience right, and an Asian noodle spoon. Pretty lame-ass bowl, if I ask us once or twice more. Where did we get it? Pyrex. We're going to get a little better set of Asian bowls to begin.
We are.
We use Italian pasta bowls for our Asian soup, but we didn't think it'd be so good today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the soup over, and we are going to bowl it up.
And again, after you have served it, some people may like it a little bit spicy, so you can add in you know, we're using, we've got crushed red pepper, a little bit of jalapeno, jalapeno for a garnish, which is always nice and not too spicy. But be careful, folks, when you do touch peppers, don't go and rub your eyes after.
Don't rub your partner's eyes either.
But you can also add in anything you like. Sriracha, which I happen to love, is a great idea, you know, just to shake some of that on. And season it up however you like, really.
And Bob's your uncle, as you say.
Bob's your uncle.
So we are good to go. We're going to shut off the stove here. We're going to bowl it up. And we are going to thank you for another excellent Getting Hot in the Kitchen episode. So here we go, folks. Get some tongs going. And Dad, again, I need that whisk back. So little noodles going in.
Sorry, folks. I'm hearing that our visuals are a little blurry right now.
Yeah,
so
I think
sorry
we're
about
going to pour
that.
feed on that.
That might be Facebook, not us.
I cannot blame us. Okay, folks, so you got your noodles. You have some ginger, you got your mushrooms, you got your spinach in there. Now the beautiful, delectable stock with a little bit more of everything on top.
And I actually am going to go and do a nice close-up.
All right,
now,
love, please do. Come on down. I'll show you how we garnish this bad boy up. All right, so we get that little noodle out of there. I don't like that fella. So, folks, this is quick, down, and dirty, and delicious. So let's get some chicken on top there. I've also put hard-boiled eggs on top of this. You can put whatever you want on this. Don't forget, folks, this chicken has been seasoned already as well.
Chicken right there.
Well, that's my bowl. I don't know if you're going to have anything out of that. Put a little jalapenos, as we say. All right. We're going to put a little of the spring onion / scallions, a little cilantro. Get our wedge of... Actually, I think we're going to put some, what do you call these here? Radishes down first.
And even for color.
Yeah.
You know, other than radish, you could even mandolin some beautiful red cabbage. You know, if you're really entertaining for people, I mean, you definitely want to add some color in. So that looks absolutely gorgeous.
Right, we're not done, my love. We'll put a little cilantro back up
and
on top there.
Rochelle, thank you again. I wish that you were here.
To try this. Folks, this is, I really cannot tell you, other than a little dirty countertop right now, this meal, let me just clean up the table here, or the counter as they say. Stand by to stand by. There is your meal. Folks, I don't know how long that took. We can gab. That was quick. While we were talking, it was cooking. If you can't do that in 10, 15 minutes, you got to do it twice because you're going to get it right. 10 to 15 minutes, 160 calories, loaded in nutrients, warm, soulful food.
It looks absolutely amazing. And I think actually we should probably have a little bite on camera,
Let's try.
right?
Let's try. Venus,
this is real food.
Ladies first. Just in case I didn't cook it right. Ladies first. All right, try it. Very hot, love. Do not burn. Do not burn.
Well, here's the thing. The challenge is, what do we eat first? Do we eat a bit of chicken? I think so,
probably
right?
like a whole thing around that. Who eats what first?
Okay, so I'm going to try a little bit of this.
Little chicken, and that's going to look like it's tender, tender.
Oh my God.
Perfectly cooked.
Got my red lipstick all over it.
So in case you didn't want to put any sriracha on that, you just put some lipstick.
Yeah. Wow.
So we do have some favorites in the house. Things like sriracha and whatever.
Amazing.
Venus loves a little hot pepper, little stuff. So we do some of that for you, love? A little hot pepper?
Oh,
You're getting it. Too bad. The only
I actually
reason...
prefer sriracha.
I couldn't find it in the refrigerator that quick, but that'll work. That'll be my bowl anyway. So, folks, this has been a pleasure. We're going to try to get you as many quick, wonderful recipes to do, tips along the way, healthy cooking 101 series.
It's been absolutely wonderful. You know, I mean, this is, again, without all the bantering and the chatter and the this and the that, I mean, you can cook this meal in about 15 minutes,
yes,
okay? And again, you know, see what you have in your pantry. I mean, even, I don't like to use tins of stuff, but even like some water chestnuts or, you know, baby corn. I mean, look in your refrigerator. It's almost kind of like you can make it into a sort of potluck soup.
Or, what is that, like Orange Chef or one of these things? The ingredient of the day is chicken. The ingredient of the day is this or that. I love that challenge. Yes. Going into the pantry, going into the freezer or the fridge and going, what do we have? What do we got to cook? And how can we make it unique? This dish came out of that. I created this for Venus on the HCG program, but it was, what did I have in the fridge at the time? And we had these things. Boom.
Yeah,
Bob's
you can make your own ethnic cuisine at home, you know, get your kids involved, have them help you in preparation. I mean, it's just so much fun. And Yeah, and the recipe, do we have the recipe?
The recipe we'll put up tomorrow.
But do we have the recipe up on the website?
I don't think we did.
No?
If we don't, it's going back up. You'll get it. Please follow us on Getting Hot in the Kitchen, GHITK Show. Right, we have that .com. We have Facebook, GHITK Show. This is the wonderful Venus Quintana, the lovely, lovely, lovely Venus Quintana. I'm Dr. Dave. And
thank you everyone so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure. I really hope you've learned something. And again, if you have any questions about what we've made, you can definitely email us too at info@gettinghotinthekitchen.com. Check out our website. You can even post, any questions on our page.
Yes, you can.
Right?
You can.
So so next week we don't know what we're going to be doing yet.
I don't know. We're going to be
thinking about that, and we'll let you know. Definitely like our page though, because if you want to watch us, you got to like our page on Facebook.
Please, and share it to your friends. Anybody that would like to have a quick, nutritious meal, share and share. Indeed.
So it's been a pleasure, folks. Thanks for tuning in, and you can catch us next Monday night at 8 p.m.
Good night, all.
Good night.